Well, it's a heartbreaking story that shocked the country almost 45 years ago. A Haitian mother and her 5 kids seeking the American dream, forced by smugglers at gunpoint and thrown overboard into the water less than a mile offshore near West Palm Beach. They all tragically drowned. They were laid to rest in South Florida, but there's nothing but grass as a reminder to surviving relatives still looking for closure. But a Good Samaritan is hoping to change that with help from the community.
I was not there to help them. I was not there to help them.
It seems like yesterday for 53-year-old Augustin Lorfields, but it was almost 45 years ago. He was a child living in South Florida with his sister and father in 1979 when he learned the fates of his mother Elaine and 5 siblings. Here, he's pictured with 3 of them.
I was home Saturday morning watching the cartoons, me and my cousin. They had breaking news that this lady died with kids, and I told my cousin, hey, I think that's my mom.
Augustin's speech is slower, and he needs help walking after a stroke. Most recently, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, but the pain he carries emotionally is still very deep. With a little help, Augustin took me to the final resting place of his mother and siblings.
So right here, and you came here for the first time, how many years ago?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yes.
And that's when you came here for the first time?
Yes.
There's only grass, no markers, no signs of his loved ones murdered at sea. His brothers and sisters just 4 to 11 years old when smugglers his family paid to get them from Haiti to South Florida forced them all from the boat to their deaths. The tragedy making national headlines, devastating Augustin, his sister, and father, Merci, who came to South Florida 2 years before.
When my mom died, he died. He was like alcoholic. Just realizing now that, how rough he had it.
His father, also buried in the cemetery, died of a broken heart. The plots at Our Lady of Mercy Cemetery were donated, but without gravestones or markers, it's as if they never existed.
I see my parents, but nothing. It's empty.
Bernard Portier Jr., who learned the tragic story from his father, the former owner of Portier Funeral Home. It was the elder Portier's dying wish to give the Lorfields family the closure it needs.
My father said, promise me you would do this. So I'm saying, like, what? So he said, that family needs headstones.
After meeting Augustin, Portier made it his mission to get 7 headstones, but it hasn't been easy. His father's funeral home is gone, and Portier is struggling to raise the money needed to help Augustin, but he's determined to do it.
I'm still not satisfied until the headstones are in place.
Headstones that for Augustin will give his family meaning.
I want people to know there was here, there was alive, there was people too.
Augustin's thoughts on what Portier is doing for him and his family?
Very special, because I don't think I could do it by myself, and he really helped me out.
But for Augustin, getting headstones for his mother, father, and siblings means giving something back to his kids. A tough goal, but one many parents can relate to.
As a parent, you do so much for your kids. It's not about you. Just like my mom and dad, all that they did for me.
Now, 10 Haitians survived that deadly voyage back in 1979. The smugglers were caught and are still behind bars for the crime. If you would like to help Augustin, we have a link to the GoFundMe on the NBC6 page.